All right, guys. It's grand finals time. Hero versus Solar. And Solar says, no blocking my hatchery today, you silly Protoss player. Goes for the 15 hatchery before Overlord. Doesn't extract a trick to get one more drone out. He will go for an Overlord on 100 minerals. Very nice opening, yeah. Thank you, Hurley. Hurley dropping $25 towards PigFest 7. Appreciate you so much. It is the start of the grand finals, guys. Best of 5 in the weekly cup. Still hosting and funding all these weekly cups for this entire month. We're not going to be able to recoup any of that because all your donations aren't covering the weekly cups. They're all going to boost the prize pool for PigFest 7. We want to make it as big and awesome as possible. Support those pro gamers as much as we can. So big thanks to everyone who's been hopping over onto the live stream and tipping and watching that bar go up. We are above $2,000. And I've heard word we might have some big support coming in soon from some people thinking they might want to support it, which is awesome to hear. I mean, the community's been so good at hosting and supporting big StarCraft tournaments over the years and helping us run these PigFests. The fact we're at 7 PigFests now already is a testament to itself. Cyril, the 3-time champ. Clem denying him his 4th championship for the last time. We haven't seen Solar make it to a final. Solar usually does pretty well, but does struggle to make it into that top 4 and grand finals. We've had Dark win. Actually, I don't think Heroes won a PigFest either. I know Hero was smashing Dark in Game 7 and then kind of chucked a Hero back on Ancient Cistern a couple years ago. That was one of the more painful Hero throws for me. I really thought he had Dark dead to rights, and then he kind of did Hero things. It was insane, but it was good to see Dark. I think then won that finals over Beyond. Beyond won one of the PigFests as well, one of the early ones. But here in the PiGosaur Weekly, both of these players have been doing very well. I think Hero usually comes in as a favorite, but recently, what was the tournament? It was a best of 5 recently where Solar smashed Hero. Was it the PiGosaur Weekly or was it something else? I'm not quite sure. I know Solar did smash Hero in something not too long ago. That being said, Hero's recent dominance over Zerg has been otherworldly. I mean, we are talking freakish, right? Wins over Raynor, Cyril, Solar to win the Thunderfire Invitational. I mean, he's been just ripping heads off, chucking him in the dumpster. And he's been loving the Void Ray opening. Now, it's funny because normally if I play someone on the ladder and they go Void Ray first, I know they're a noob. He's probably going to try and play Sky Toss. They probably don't know how to use control groups. They probably have 2 a lot. And in general, they're just going to try and either A-move Zealots or Sky Toss at me. The real thing that makes Hero scary is that he'll do the build that like the 30 APM Cretan does, but then he'll like turn it into some actual amazing pro gamer magic. And he's capable of anything off this. It's, hey, I'm going to hunt down your Overlord. I'm going to deny your scouting. And then you have no idea what I'm going to do next. Solar's Overlord, look at this. He's trying to dodge by going deeper into Protoss territory. And he'll try to hide over here. Problem is the pylon might spot him, but I think so far he's done very well. This Overlord hasn't pulled back though. Solar, I think he's seen the Void Ray. Now he has. So yeah, he's pulling these Overlords back. He should pull this guy back as well. Lings try to come in. And he's going to find himself a probe and then just get out of there. Void Ray doesn't do damage very quickly, but you don't want to just sit there under it, especially with that Oracle coming out. Second Oracle as well. So Void Ray into 2 Oracles, extremely expensive opening. And no real fear of a ground assault if you get a read on that as Solar. Solar has built Spores nice and early, so very safe play for him. 3 Queens in the mineral line at his 3rd, and he's looking for an insanely fast 4th. You might be thinking, why is he doing that? Remember, hatcheries are production for Zerg. They can allow you to build more drones, more army. So the earlier you can get it, the more payoff you can get from it. Usually it's hard to defend, but when you know there's no Glaive Adepts or Zealots coming, which he knows they're not, if they were coming, they would be pretty late. Because you've gone Void Ray, you've gone Oracle, you've gone Quick 3rd. If he sees this second Oracle as well, that's just going to confirm his suspicions that this is going to be a big, slow macro build-up for Hero. So I think Solar can afford to just beeline towards Hydras, honestly. A safety Rotoran's not a bad idea, but he doesn't need to use it. He also could say, let's make 4 Queens and make a Drop-a-Lord and just shove with Mass Roach Ravager Queen Zergling. Lingerun Bag comes in, gets a few probes. That probe rallies right through, but does escape. 6 Gateway Blink. Out early to these gases and the Templar Archives go down. It'd be very uncharacteristic for Hero to basically just sit there and make Storm and Stalkers and tech on up. It's not really his style. It's a very defensive European style. I think the problem for Hero is he really hasn't created much question marks. Many, oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? Be scared, Zerg player. And as a result, Solar's calmly progressing. And he's going to try and go Spire. Ah, well, don't build that next to the 2 Adepts that are sliding into your base. Ooh, Lings are out of position, though. Dude, we have all struggled with this in the past. This is massively delaying the Spire tech, and it gets spotted. Oh, Solar, drop a Hydroden. You got to pivot now, mate. You can't be doing this. All right, that's been spotted. Cancel, build a Hydroden, make an infestation. Oh, no, it's Solar. He's just going to Roach Roll in, is he? He's only built Zerglings, though, no Roaches. He's going to Roach Roll in. Solar says, the jig's up. He's going to build Phoenix, Cannons. Mutas won't be good. And there we go, that drop a lot I was talking about earlier. Yeah, he's pivoting to the 4 Queen drop, plus Mass Roach Ravager, but it wasn't his initial plan, so he's going to get that kind of slow. I think Storm could finish right around the time this attack hits. Is her 0 a good player? English only in the chat, please. Sorry, I don't know why I read that one out. I was like, oh, this is going to be a good question. Is it meant to be, is Hero a good Zerg player? Hero's an awful Zerg player. Last time I beat Hero in a tournament game, he played random and we played ZVZ. And it was some of the worst Ling Bane control I've ever witnessed. It was pretty funny, actually. He immediately swapped back to Protoss and ripped my head off 2 games in a row in quick fashion. But I was impressed at how poor his Ling Bane control was. It looked like a very drunk person who'd never handled Ling Bane in his life. Oh, he sees the Dropper Lord. 6 Queens! That's enough to smash the Void Rain Oracles. Stalkers, if they intercept this, could be big. Oh, God. If the Hero, do it. You know you want to. If he runs forward, blinks and snipes the Overlords, wouldn't that be amazing? Because, oh, dude, if he Solar's drops in a dangerous spot, Oracles managed to cancel 2 of the Ravager Morphs. You do get a partial refund on that. Here we go. He's going to keep going. No chance for Storm to come in. It's Archons, Zealots, mass batteries, 1 cannon in the mineral line. Pretty decent Stalker micro. Maybe could have been a bit more patient. And oh, his door's open! Luckily, there's a cannon in the mineral line, but still, it's a really big problem right now. Archons smashing the Zerglings in the mineral line, though. They do clump up there a lot. Bile's landing on the cannon. Takes big damage. The Natural is getting ransacked. Hero didn't even notice. He has no idea that those Zerglings are in his base right now. I kid you not, guys. He's finally realized an F2'd his Archons back into the main. Cannon and Zealots will clean this up, but 23 workers have already gone down. And that means his income is really weak. No natural mining, no third base mining. I guess he did transfer from the third to the natural. Oracles come forward. Stalker's trying to micro this out. He needs a super efficient fight. Ravager's trying to drop Biles. Ends up landing on himself more than the Stalkers. He's got to get these Ravagers out of here. It's a really good fight for Hero there. The Ravagers are so expensive. They're 3 supply each. So much money, and they're getting popped. Dude, Hero. This is so classic Hero versus Solar. He always has a way of taking big damage and then just annihilating Solar in the most one-sided fights you have ever seen. It looks like it's going all good for Solar, and then Hero decides, I'm going to kill you, and just shoves. Roach Stutter Step's good against the Zealots. Those 3 Archons adding some good scary splash damage. You can't really stand and swing with those until the Zealots are gone. Drones might have to pull in here. You don't want to pull drones into Archons. You really don't want to pull drones into Archons, and the supply's just too close. And Solar. Oh, those 2. This is so crazy. This is a good opening for Solar. Clean opening, good spot. And this every Zerg is lost like this. Literally, you just can't move all of your Adepts or your Zerglings on the map without knowing where the Adepts are. And those Adepts, they were hiding on the right side of the map. They came in from over here somewhere, and his Lings were out of position, and he just didn't know about it, and these Adepts just ruined the entire game plan. Alright guys, we've got T10 in the top left side of the map. Up 1 game there. Solar wrecked by 2 Adepts. Because it not just did damage, it disrupted him, and it scouted his Spire. And then he's built like 40 Zerglings, which are like, well, Zerglings are good against Stalkers, yeah, but they're not good against the Archons. And even though they got in and killed a bunch of probes, just didn't quite have enough to overwhelm there. Gonna go for a Gate Scout. Very conservative for Hero there. Doesn't want to take a risk. Solar did go for a more standard 16 hatchery build by the looks of it. So he's going to be winning out 2 for 2 in the openings in terms of predicting. Doesn't matter, though, if you let those 2 Adepts scout a sneaky spy build so early. He'd had a good start. It was such a good candidate for mutas. I think mutas were good in that game. Much love, bro. I'm a new StarCraft 2 player. 1K MMR Warcraft 3 player coming over, playing Zerg. Welcome. How good's 1K MMR in Warcraft 3? Age of Empires, I guess most games that's like about the middle of the pack, right? Is the way the MMR systems, or like ELO is meant to be. Chat says bronze. Oh, in Warcraft 3? Oh, wait, so you're Bronze League at Warcraft 3? I didn't know there was anyone at that league. I feel like I always thought I'd just get bullied. Is it time for me to get back on the Warcraft 3 ladder, guys? Will I be able to find noobs to play? Oh, might be time for me to get out my my Orc Fast Expand build from 2003. Oh yes, that's right. We're gonna go mirror image first with our Blade Master to tank, so we can fast expand, and then we're gonna go mass grunt headhunter. And hope our opponent's incompetent. Pretty high level build. When I say high level, I mean like by a guy who smokes too much weed and isn't actually good at Warcraft. I enjoyed it at the time though. 3rd hatchery will go down. Adept's gonna shade forward. 2nd one not getting chronoed. Man, I do kind of miss the double Adept shades. Haven't really seen too much of that. Protoss players prioritizing chrono boosting probes mostly at the moment. I do want to see an Oracle first out of the Stargate. Apply a bit of pressure early, keep him on his toes. That's exactly what's happening. Adept shades backwards for safety. Oracle has been chronoed. 2nd Adept's making his way forward. All right, double Adept shade's going to come in. Overlord still seeing the natural. Stalker's on the way. Going to use that with the Oracle Vision to clear the Overlord off of the pillar. Gonna put Solar in the dark. Oh, Revelation? Does that last long enough to kill an Overlord, guys? I wonder. Ooh, good shade back. The Adepts survive. Killed 2 Zerglings. Forced a good amount. The Overlord doesn't even try to run to safety. Alright, Queen's coming forward. We've got Spore there as well. No Spore on the 3rd base just yet. 2nd Oracle coming out. Quick 3rd. This looks a bit more typical of Hero. The question is, guys, do we see the charge opening? Or have Solar and the other Zergs figured out how to deal with it? Because I swear, if he just stops doing those charge builds or completely without any Zerg solving it, I will be mad. It's kind of like when Maru had never lost a game with Ghost Mech against Zerg, but refused to play it anymore. And I was like, no! You gotta keep playing the thing until I see it lose. I assume in the practice games, sometimes these strategies just stop working or on the ladder, so they stop doing it. But unfortunately, sometimes we don't get to see that process played out in tournaments, so we're just kind of like, whatever happened to that build, man? Adept shading on the right side. Ling's trying to breach the natural wall, not really finding anything. And his Lings are all on the wrong side of the map again. But not the greatest shade. He was in the natural mineral line, could have stood and fought. A few Lings. I guess he's got plenty of Lings building right now, so he is okay. Stalker's going to get surrounded. The best multitasking for Hero. He did pull that Stalker out of the wall for God knows why. I think we all know why. F2. The Adepts. Oh, good positioning. Going to trade out for a few more Zerglings than I thought. I thought these Adepts would have been toasted a while ago. And yet he ends up causing a massive disruption. Look at that, guys. 30 Zerglings, 4 drones, mining time. Soul's economy doesn't look too good. Soul is going to go for the exact same build as the last game. Really good map for it here. In that you can just get on this 3rd very quickly. He's got an early 4th base, which I think is more of a fake than anything. These more Adepts are coming in. Lings need to track these. I would have liked him to hide those Zerglings and kind of loop around, kind of convince the Adepts to commit to the shade. Let me try and surround them now, but the Oracles are there. Good cleanup by Hero. Gets rid of the Zerglings. The Adept's still active on the front, and it's Blink and 3 more gateways. I think Solar just thinks there's going to be a charge opening in one of these games, and he wants to all in and overwhelm it before it gets going, but Blink Stalkers are optimal to defend a lot of these all-ins. I mean, you could still break through, whereas Micro tends to be rather fantastic in those clutch situations. Cancels his shade, gets rid of the creep. All right, depth shading back. Here we go. Zergling's coming forwards. He sees the roaches, and the jig is up. He knows what's coming, but he doesn't have a lot of time to prepare. This time, the batteries will not have time to build. Immediately, 2 batteries, 2 cannons, but they just started. I think he's in huge trouble right now. The Lings, though, engaging ahead of the army. You got to be careful about engaging so far forward. The rest of his Ravagers haven't arrived yet. Solar trying to jam it in very quickly. Nice transfuse to start. The Oracle's taking damage. The Stalker's going down. My gosh, those Stalkers taking a lot of damage. The Cannons will not be allowed to finish. The Roach Ravager fighting really well. Adepts are fighting the Roaches, which means the Zerglings are doing so much on the right side. And this is a brutal thrust. A brick to the face of the Protoss player before he can get a chance to get truly well established. Stalker's warping in the natural sunbuilt back to the high ground. Hero trying to put up a kind of staggered retreat where he gives up the third, but you can see the numbers. And even with Ravagers and Roaches inflating your supply a little bit, that is a brutal push. Overwhelms him, breaks through. Hero did not see that coming. All right, guys, Hero on the bottom right side of the map. Solar in the top left. 1-1 now as we go on to 10,000 feet. A map where it's quite hard to break people with that sort of push. I kind of, you know, I think this is not a terrible map for Mutas. There's great dead space behind the natural where you can kind of fly around, and it's just one of those maps where I think Mutas can catch your opponent off guard. It's just a shame that he's tried Mutas in game 1 because it's already a little bit on Hero's radar because of that. I think we'll probably see Solar try and go either +1 melee into Hydra Bane or just straight Hydras into Hydra Bane. We'll see. But I think he's going to try and go on one of those. Did anybody watch Danger 5? Oh, how popular was it over in Australia? That was like it's like an internet phenomenon, wasn't it? I remember watching the first season or so, but I think I torrented it to watch it. Was it on like SBS or something back in the day? That show was pretty fun. I only watched the first season. I should have watched more. It's been a long time. That's a blast from the past. I don't think it's got a huge... I feel like I hear people talk about that show more in my Twitch chat and online than I do in person in Australia. So I don't think it had a huge cultural impact. It was no Summer Heights High. All right. Smooth opening there for Hero. And we will be seeing the drone just gets chases the probe away. No more stealing my minerals, mate. How dare you? Oh, thanks heaps. Hey, I appreciate that. Inishan, did I misspell? Oh, no, you didn't misspell it. Tamara, my definitely real human Australian lady next to me, who is definitely not an AI generator or you know, a bloody... It's definitely not a text-to-speech bot. Definitely not. It's definitely a real person that I pay. She's just very bad at pronouncing words. When people put a bunch of emotes in their message, it'll be like... She'll be like, epic bacon, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's, you know, like she's having a seizure, but I think the reason is just the Australian education system, to be honest now. But thank you for the support, mate. Appreciate you supporting the tournament. That all goes towards the Pigfest 7 prize pool, so get excited. February 19th to March 1st, it's going to be a banger. Hope to see a rematch between Hero and Serral. Because his PvZ has been so weird lately, and I can't wait to see what Serral cooks up to deal with it. The third hatchery got misplaced and cancelled, by the way, guys. I didn't mention it straight away. I probably should have. You can see why has he got 99 minerals. He put this off by 1 space, had to cancel it and rebuild it. A little bit awkward. Void Ray first again. Hero loves Void Ray first, man. I'm telling you, he has to be the best player in the world to play this much Void Ray first. He says, lights out. You don't get to see what's happening in my base anymore, mate. That Adept's too far forward. It'll block the wall there, but... Oh, only 1 Adept and 1 Void Ray. Oh, Solar committing. He's going to get it. Does lose a lot of Zerglings, though. I always have mixed feelings about this. Because, you're like, yeah, I slowed down your Nexus, which is admittedly very nice. But if you don't also like kill the Adept or create some extra chaos, it can feel a bit awkward trading a bunch of Zerglings. So that like cost for cost is bad. I think it's fine in this case. This was not too many Zerglings. It's okay. He did delay the Spore in the natural, which is also good. Where's his third queen? On that third. She's going to come... Oh, he just wanted to put a tumor there first. Good move, good move. Oracle's coming in from behind it. Already energy recharge, so it's got a lot of energy. Behind this, guys, I think you guys see the production tab. We'll look at it in a moment. Wings just run by. Second Stargate Fleet Beacon. Now, the question is it a Tempest Rush, Old School, or Carriers? I think Tempest. Tempest usually the better build. It's a decent layer timing for Solar, about 4:30. It's if you go for like a 5-minute plus layer, you're really in trouble because you just can't get a Spire in time to build Corruptors. And especially if you go immediately for an Overseer when the layer finishes, that's great. Problem, you open Void Ray, which means he's killed your Overlord on that side of the map, which means a lot of Zergs won't even bother going Overseer Scout because it takes so long to get across the map. Things poke it in. I mean, this looks so suspicious. What you seen? 1 Void Ray, 1 Adept, and a Shield Battery? Like, yeah, it could be Glaive Adepts, but like he's just trying to sell you a story with the Shield Battery. But especially, you've got to run back in, and these gases confirm it. Okay, we're playing against Skytoss. There's a cannon and a battery. Hero's playing a Baboon style. Spire has to go down immediately. Solar with the perfect scouting, perfect read. And that's just inference. It's not, oh, you know, I saw a Tempest, I saw a Fleet Beacon. It's, why don't you have any other gateway units? Number 1. Why are you building a cannon? Number 2. And gases on the 3rd before saturating the minerals? Oh, okay. I know exactly what you're up to. You nasty, nasty lad. This is the counter. You're always going to lose this 5th base. You can't really defend that, especially because it's so exposed. But Hero's actually going deeper. He's going to go for the queens first. Interesting. Every queen gets pulled to the front. Spire's already 3/4 complete. I like the pullback on the weak queen. Nice move for Solus. You want to A, move forward and pull the weak ones back, potentially. Oh! Tempest come deep. But look at that. Move in, move out. Move in, move out. Tempest trying to shoot the base. 2 more arriving soon. Spire not quite done. Honestly, killing a hatchery achieves nothing here because Solar's already going to 5 bases. He's expecting to lose a hatchery. Killing the queens would be much higher value. Spire is complete. He has no idea about the Spire timing. He's hoping he's got another 30 seconds. But I'm telling you, those Corruptors are on the way. I think they take, what, 24? 29 seconds to build. Lings hitting the natural wall off. He's got no shield battery there. Careful. Good wall off. Good wall off. Good move in. Rare for me to say that. Hero with a good wall off and good discipline in the wall off as well. Tempest going after the hatchery. They will kill it, which will make these gases no longer useful. Corruptors are coming forward. 13 Corruptors coming out. And those Tempests need to recall yesterday. Did he not save energy? Oh my god, he's going for another hatchery snipe. Hero, the mad lad. He doesn't get it. Oh, he has to turn and shoot again. He's going to only recall 1 of these. Oh my gosh. Only 1 Tempest gets out. He trades 4 Tempests for 2 hatcheries. And they haven't rebuilt yet. Solar does transfer to the top right, though. Instantly rebuilds the hatcheries. Maybe not instantly, but pretty quickly. I think Solar's still in an okay spot here. And you're going to go Mothership, Blink Stalker. Oh god, this is so stupid. Why would you build a Mothership? You just prompted him to build Corruptors. They counter the Mothership. That's got to be the... I'm not crazy, right? I mean, I know Time Warp is good for, like, holding the Zerg off. Okay, here's the argument. I'm going to make the argument for Hero's style, even though you can tell I think it's stupid. Everything except the Mothership's fine. Blink Stalkers is okay. The argument for the Mothership is it's Solar. Solar doesn't like playing late game. He knows you're playing Skytoss. He's going to try and do a big all-in now with Mass Roach Ravager Corruptor, right? So if you get a Mothership, you can use Cloaking Field, snipe the Overseers, and you can use Time Warp to buy yourself like an extra minute or 2, which often means the attack, it misses its mark, and Protoss is out of the woods. Problem. Protoss cannot defend a 4th base right now, which is a disaster, right? He's just started it, but like I don't think he could really use that. Storm is miles away. And the moment the Time Warp and the like Cloaking Field, I mean, even if he uses Cloaking Field, the Corruptors are just going to kill her so quickly. 3 Void Rays is not enough to defend from that. I almost feel like I wish Hero went for the Tempest and no other air units and just completely pivoted out of air. But I think kind of 3 Void Rays and a Mothership is almost like the perfect set of units for 13 Corruptors to hard counter. For those who don't understand what I'm talking about, and you might think I'm being a bit over the top, a bit extra. Zerg hate sitting on roaches and corruptors. They are two of the worst units to just have sitting there doing nothing. They're specifically, like, corruptors only hit air, roaches are kind of an inefficient anti-ground unit. But if you've got just the right amount of corruptors to counter the air units, you're so happy right now as Solar. That being said, Storm's almost ready. Hero is like a cat with 27 lives when he plays Solar. Dude, if he just gets Storm up and lands a few 6 Storms, he's only got 13 store because he lets Lings in his base again because he wants to. He's like, yeah, I want you to go in my bane. There's a cannon, idiot. Time Warp goes down. Time Warp has to go down on the Corruptors. Mothership already takes a big volley, though. Bile starting to land. Storm. Oh, one of the High Templar just died to Bile. Another one almost died. Storm. It's ready. Okay, Storm's ready. Hero needs to land some big boys. Corruptors just going to tank a bit of a Storm. Mama's pulled back. Roach Ravager eating some big storms. He's going to move through the storms. The Mad Lad Solar, feeling like just committing is the way to play it. Was attacking through those storms the right call? I don't really know. He's going to try and drop some Biles. Solar's Biles, I think, are one of the lower Bile aims out of most of the pros, because he almost always rapid fires them all in one spot. I think he needs to, like, actually spread his Biles out a little bit more, but he does lose every Corruptor. Admittedly kills the Ab. Actually, one Tempest still survives. So not the best Corruptor trading. Hero's alive on 75 probes 8 gas. He's out of the woods. I kid you not, guys. If he just makes High Templar right now, he's fine. He lost his Templar Archives! The Zerglings ran in the main and focused the Templar Archives because it was out of range of the cannon. He's just started rebuilding it. Solar's next wave is actually potentially lethal. Storm would have made it, like, hard counted, but he might be able to go. Hero's going to attack into him, which I think is also potentially a nonsensical move, because all you need to do is survive until you get more High Templar and Storms up. Hero attacking right now makes actually no sense, unless you think Solar's taking a Hive. Solar was going for round 2 of the all-in, which is what Solar almost always does. Solar has an incredibly high percent. This is like, imagine you've been taking penalty shootouts in soccer, football, against the same goalie for decades, and you know 80% of the time they dive right. That's Solar. After his all-in doesn't kill you, 80% of the time, he just builds the same army and goes for a round 2. And he does it really well. It's not a bad move. It's just predictable. So counterattacking into that for Hero was insane. And now he's A-moving Zealots rather than making High Templar. I mean, he's going to win this game. And I know that simply because of the rule of Hero. I've recently come up with this rule. If what Hero's doing is devoid of logic, it's going to work. It's going to work, man. Like, he's on 80 Protoss on 8 gas. Solar can't compete on this. He's making Roaches and Ravages against... And he's just turned his High Templar into an Archon. Do we not want any Storm? Has he forgot that he made Psystorm? Energy recharge and make more High Templar, mate. What are you doing? He's not energy recharging or making more High Templar. He's like, no, I only want non-spellcaster units. And you know what? He might just have the numbers to make it work. +2 attack. Solar's attack just took too long to eventuate. Turns out, you know, the Storm kicking in just in time. The Mothership Time Warp bought him just enough time to get Storm out. Maybe if he went Storm first, he could have got it anyway, but turns out Mothership was not that bad an idea. And even though he's refusing to make Storm, he's still beating Solar back. Hero the Mad Lad, man. His games against Solar feel so much like when I am deep down the pit and I'm Omega tilted in my ZVP and I think I'm winning, and then I just die. And I'm kind of just there scratching my head going, how does this always happen? Because I truly feel this matchup, I need to know, I can't do it in real time. I need to, like, break down the replay step by step to find all the things that suddenly turn these games so bad for Solar. Like, so bad. GG, well played for Hero, man. Getting the second hatchery snipe was kind of clutch as well. Well played, dude. Alright, guys, Hero in the top right side of the map. Looks like we're going to see a gas first, no scout. Ooh, and Solar. It's going to go for a standard build. 16 hatch. So both players playing on the greedier end of the spectrum. See one drone queue up. He was just checking if there's a probe coming in. Might not have built that drone. Could have come back and built the hatchery earlier, or could still build the drone and go take his third base. Now, as it is, you're going to see Hero pull a worker off minerals to get that gas mining up as quickly as possible. Most people consider this unnecessary with the gas first because you're already so quick on the gas mining. Like, you could do 2 on gas, but then you should probably put this one on this mineral patch. The Hero, he does Hero things, and I think he just kind of does whatever he wants. So he's really big on putting the 3 on gas early. It does mean he's got a bit of extra gas spare in the opening. and can do crazy things like Stalker, Warp Gate, and Stargate pretty much all at once when that Cybercore does come in. 20 Nexus into 20 Cybercore. He's just going to mine 5 minerals, because why not? It's interesting that he A-moved the probe with the shift click there. Normally you just see a right click. You can see, is he A-moving this probe when he's moving it around? A few of his move commands were actually A-moves rather than move commands, which is very odd when you're moving a work around. How interesting. Which is how I describe most of Hero's habits. Interesting, unique, weird. Does his own thing. His pylon placement's kind of weird because it doesn't have a lot of production space below it. Whereas if you put it here, you could build buildings like in this giant area. I guess the advantage is it sees further away, but I don't know. Odd choice. Look at this. Hero wants that quick Stargate. 210 Stargate. Adept. And he can still afford Warp Gate just a second or two later, which is kind of crazy, isn't it? Yeah, I wonder if Solar, because he went so high on drones and having to rebuild those 2 hatcheries was costly. I do think he should have rebuilt his 3rd earlier, like the moment it died. And I wonder if the middle base... Yeah, I mean, the middle base was always going to go down there, I guess. Maybe if you ran a Spore Crawler over, you could have, with its very high damage output, forced the Tempests away. Not really sure. It still felt like just like, okay, I mean, you killed 4 Tempests. He's committed to this crazy tech. Like, yeah, he denies a lot of mining, but like, it didn't feel like it should be enough for Hero. And then it just felt like Solar's attack took a bit too long to eventuate. Maybe, I mean, he definitely droned up afterwards, right? He went to like 85 drones. Do you guys, I think with Solar's style, he should have stopped at 75 and built nothing but Roach Ravager. I feel like you're doing a Roach Ravager Corruptor all in, you really don't need more workers than that. Would you guys agree? I'm really curious for everyone else's analysis in the comments and just hearing what you all think. Just theory crafting it out. Thought it was a pretty good start for Solar. Adept goes down. Second Adept will take a bit of damage. Just barely get a shade out. Nope. Queen damage does hold the line. Void Ray is going to find the Overlord. There's Void Ray into Oracle. Second gate. And only then the 3rd Nexus. Pauses probes here. Doesn't need a pylon right now. Pylon, pylon, pylon. Back on probe production. 3rd and 4th gas coming in. Real alpha move would be to go Fleet Beacon again. Solar will never see it coming. The thing if someone's trying... Oh my god, he's doing it. No second Stargate yet. There he goes. He's waiting for 150 gas. He's not... And he's built them in like the easiest to scout location, but I guess because he's got a Void Ray, he doesn't care. You're not going to get in there with a Void Ray around. Oracle sees the lair on the way. It's once again a well-timed lair. If you can get your lair started, and that's even before 420. If you can get your lair started early, it's very powerful against this, but the Tempest build is tough, man. It's very tough as a Zerg. It slows down a lot of things. Both sides, and it's kind of hard to find the correct timings. Yeah, no balance wine in the chat, guys. Still, only 3 Adepts on this map, but moving all the Lings out. Oh, dude, not again. Solar! You can't be making this mistake again, brother. Not like this, brother. Come on. Luckily, the Adepts cancel the shade when they see the Evo chamber wall. Gotta deal with these. I think just attack it. Ooh, only 1 Ling can attack the Adept on the left. That Adept's gonna be really hard to kill. The Adept on the bottom will go down like pretty efficiently, but this one, if you're only attacking with 1 at a time, she's gonna get 5 kills. Almost gets number 6, not quite. Oracle gets pushed back at the same time, though. Only lost 1 drone so far this early game, and we've got 15 Zerglings, and now Mass Roach. Oh, wow. Oh, already got the German taxi going. It's, yeah, another one of these all-ins. Oh, dude, Tempests are going to kill the Queen so quickly. I mean, there's not going to be much on the ground to help defend, though. So working in Solar's favor is the fact that maybe he can, like, overwhelm and just kill all the ground units and ignore the Tempests. Tempests are going to start working on this. And the Overlord kind of gives you a bit of mobility to jump on this. Okay. I mean, Solar starts as Spire. He's going to run to the left now. I kind of felt like he should just go. Oh, no. I think Solar is not committing. Oh, Solar had to just go there, man. He had to just commit, surely. He's droning now. He's going to try and transition. I feel like these units just had to YOLO in, throw caution to the wind, and go to have any chance. Queens are going to drop down. Oh, no. You got to friggin'. He didn't. Oh, no. Now he doesn't have any creep. Yes, he gets rid of the Oracle. The Void Ray is going to go down as well. Tempests are going forwards, not home. Hero sees a Roachling all in. He sees Solar run away with his tail between his legs, and he buys it. Solar told him a story. He said, I'm a coward. Look at me. I'm a scared Zerg player. I'm running away from your Tempest. And Hero's like, ha ha ha, stupid Zerg player. And he leaves himself wide open. He did not need to move out. I get he wanted to do damage to the Tempest before the Spy is ready, but that was a bit of a wild choice for Hero. Then again, he's going to kill 2 hatcheries. Wait, is this one of these situations where Hero comes out on top? Yeah, I think it might be. Oh my gosh, the Spore just gets wrecked. Tectonic Destabilizer has been upgraded, which means these do 80 damage a shot to buildings. Massive damage. The Queens are going down. The Corruptors will save the day, but you're on 2 hatcheries. Solar's got to be quicker at rebuilding these hatcheries against these Tempest dives, man. No, there's no way he loses another hatchery. There's no way. Oh, he misses 2. What? Hero with a misclick on the recall. Only hits 2 of his Tempests in it. It does lose a few. Sorry, this is not hard to aim that. It's a pretty easy spell to use. You literally just select your Nexus hotkey and hit recall and click. It's a good size radius. It's like that big. But he's going to try and rebuild a 3rd now. Hero out in the open. That's dangerous, man. What's he doing out here? He's just going to get jumped on by the Corruptors and the Lings. Hero, he's hitting that Soju hard last night by the looks of it, because he's just throwing his units into the meat grinder. He needs to be so careful about reclaiming this base. And those Void Rays will do okay, but no, they're just too outnumbered. Even with Prismatic Alignment, Solar's like, dude, if I outnumber you this much, I can just focus fire and ignore them. Solar will tie up the series 2-2. And at this point, we are seeing a predilection on both sides. Solar, a predilection to load 4 to 6 Queens and Overlords and go across the map and shove with Roach Ravager. Hero to build a 2nd Stargate and a Fleet Beacon. What the heck are they going to do in Game 5? Charge Lord all in? I kind of sniff a Charge Lord all in. All right, guys. Solar to the bottom left side of the map. It's Game 5. Hero's in the top right. And he's going to be doing... Is it Nexus first? Oh, no. It's just a Gate Scout. Okay. Very safe defensive opening for Hero. Solar goes for a hatchery first here. He was expecting to get blocked, though. It's hatch first before Overlord. So I'd say it's a bit of an overly safe build for Solar, considering we know Hero didn't try to block him. On the other hand, Hero is doing a relatively conservative build of his own. This is interesting, guys, because it's Game 5. It's a medium rush distance map. We haven't seen Glaive Adepts. We haven't seen a charge lot build. Solar has been spamming these Queen drop builds. I cannot imagine he's going to do it in Game 5. It just seems way too predictable. You can't keep spamming the same sort of builds, right? On the other hand, he's 1 for 1. It's not like it's not working. It's worked half the time. Hero goes Fleet Beacon. That'll be interesting. I mean, the lair going down before 420 for Solar in that last game set him up not only to have his own very fast attack, but also to catch Hero off guard. Now, what do you guys think? Did Hero make the wrong call by moving across the map with the Tempests? Because if he leaves him at home, he can shut that attack down and defend his 3rd, right? And then he can just transition. And I think that's probably the right call. On the other hand, someone else was saying, what if he recalls the 2 Tempests? What if he recalls correctly? I think that might only save 1 more Tempest. If it did save 2 and he waited until 2 more Void Rays popped, I think he can defend the Corruptors, secure a 3rd base. He's kind of stuck in a weird position building a lot of Void Rays and Tempests, which is not an ideal long-term army, but would have given him a chance to play it out there. And Solar, he had more workers, but still waiting for his 3rd and 4th base to come back up. So just getting that easy surround and win definitely simplified the game for him. Is it worth surrounding the probe with drones and killing it? If he's running inside your mineral line and not watching, yes. But top pros are often watching, and they can quickly mineral walk that probe to escape, in which case all you've done is damage a worker, which effectively does nothing, and you've lost a bunch of mining time for it. I will kill Hero's probe when he's in my mineral line. I've done it to him a bunch of times. And people sometimes get angry that, oh, you were just hoping I wasn't looking. And the thing is, I'm like, look, I can, I'm not going to do it every time because then you will start staring at the probe a bit more. But if you're silly enough to go through the mineral line rather than behind it continually, and I can tell you're not always looking at it, I will take the gamble on making that probe either be much more careful or potentially go down. Now, the Adept's hunting for any Zerglings that were looking to sneak into the base. Solar played really conservative, though. He just built 2 Lings. He's building up to a 3rd and 4th Queen. Hasn't gone across the map with anything. It's just Stalker and Oracle. Now, Hero, you'll notice he doesn't have vision here. So the correct move for Solar is to run the Overlord diagonally down to the left. And he could have maybe made it to the other pillar just to waste more time here. Because this is a directional sight blocker, this pillar, right? So you see how the moment, you have to come around it. So he might have been able to escape if he did that. Unlikely he would have, but he would have just bought himself a bit more time, made it more annoying for Hero. Hero's going to take the base on the right side, which is kind of nice because you could just defend this central area. Evo Chamber's on the way. We haven't seen Hydra Bane yet. A melee upgrade into Hydra Bane would be really cool, right? Of course, that's something which could struggle with Glaive Adept or Charge Lord Archon pressure, though. That's where the fear lies. Here we go. Ling's dancing around. Melee's on the way. 45 workers already. You'll notice he's undersaturated than his natural. The reason is he'll transfer a lot of workers to the 3rd all at once. And he'll do it at the same time the queens are transferring over, so they guard the rally. Kind of escort the supply wagon, essentially. And that way these guys can rally to the safer bases. In the back where the oracles can't get them. 1 more queen's on the way, a few more Lings. Where's the lair? Ladies and gentlemen, where is the lair? Depth shading forwards. Those Lings are going to counterattack. Does have a few more Lings building at home. He's gone for a quick 4th base and a Bane Nest, no lair. Solar may try a dark style, 50 drone, Massling Bane timing. It doesn't look particularly like it, but it's an option. You can do that attack quite late in the game. Oh, gonna deny the 4th base with 6 Adepts and an Oracle. Blink and +1. 3 more gateways are on the way. Wrap around. No, he's not going to be able to do it. Don't know where that voice came from. Half the lair is complete. Ooh, Solar. Perfect game for Hero so far, guys. Hasn't lost a single unit. 15 Zerg units have gone down. Oracle gets a few creep tumors, draining some queen energy. Not bad, not bad. Depths are going to grab some more. He wants that one too. He's being a big old nuisance, isn't he? Hydrogen still not started. This 4th hatchery is so vulnerable to Blink Stalkers. What? It's 6 cast Templar Archives? Okay, Hero's going to just turtle up here. This is like the most normie macro game, just with some really good Oracle Adept pressure. 3 drone kills. Ling's coming in. Ooh, good pull away on the probes. Really good mineral walk to safety. Battery's going to go down. The Stalkers and the Adepts will deal with these guys, though. Lings need to escape. Quite a few Lings fall for mostly mining time and a shield battery. It's good to put pressure on the Protoss, though. Keep them on their toes. Hydroden needs those upgrades. Roof Spines does start. A few more drones, as well as Hydras coming out. Storm has started for the Protoss. Solar, because he's seen 6 gases, he knows he can't sit at 60 or 70 workers. He needs to get to 75, 80 workers. Got to be a little ahead of Protoss because that Psy Storm is going to give such value. Gets himself a few drones. 5, not bad. As Hero still only lost 2 things. 1 Adept and a shield battery. 6-1 in the trading. But Solar does have a good bit of momentum with the fast 4th into the 5th. And I know his fast 4th was cancelled, but the next one was still not too late. And it's 6 gases. 6 gas Hydra Bane. Melee's done, and I think he hits the timing with +1 range. Does need to make sure he starts augments. There we go. That's movement speed as well. Had it even queued up. 4th Nexus on the right. Oh, this base is sticking out like a sore thumb. Oh, that seems insane. Am I the crazy one, or is Hero the crazy one, guys? This base location seems insane. And yet Solar might not expect it. It might just not realize it's there for a while. And he's going second Stargate Fleet Beacon at 8 minutes of 120 supply. Right, when he's only got 4 High Templar. I think he just dies to a solid Hydra Bane attack. If Solar just goes, he's got Bane speed, +1 range is almost there. I don't think this Ling surround makes sense. No. Nope. Wait for the Hydras. He's going to try and go for it now. The Stalkers need to just blink away. Don't want to bleed out too many units on the way across the map. Solar, he's shoving, but he doesn't have Banes. Where is Banes, man? He's waiting for the Revelation to wear off. He really wants to do this as a secret, but he's wasting time. He's wasting time, and he's building a Spine Crawler, of all things. Come on, man. We need Banes. He's trying to hide the Baneling Morph. Gets spotted, though. Hero's down here. He's going to catch a bunch of Overlords in the middle of the map. Bit of an awkward miss rally. Lings will stop those Stalkers, though. Chase them away. He's got to go. He's got to split from 2 sides and collapse on this base. But honestly, this base shouldn't be the target. It should be the other base. The Banelings going in a bit of a clump. This Banelings going to take out some more. Oh, got to be careful about walking through those storms. He's attacking mostly from one side, which is a little bit dodgy. Those Banelings. Gets a few decent hits there. Very good hits, actually. Ling's massive stasis trap saves Hero's Bacon. Oracles do go down. Hydra's doing really well. Tempest's near worthless at this stage of the game. Heroes seem to think it was a lurk attack or something like that. Tempests are dead weights you need. Mothership helps a lot, but mostly just lots of Storm, lots of Stalkers, Archons, anything to survive the avalanche of Zerg incoming. And he doesn't have a crazy amount of Storm energy. I think he needs to energy recharge like constantly. Like Warp and High Templar, energy recharge, do it again 45 seconds later, because he's going to need an immense amount of Storm to hang on. Now, Solar losing this game would take an impressive feat. And I know he's been looking for that Major League Baseball pickup, but I just think he's not quite at that level. I think he's still Korean League levels of pitching, which is not a bad league. We love their baseball in Korea. Hydra Ling coming forward. Oh, watch out for the Storm. Ling's going to surround on the left. Baneling's going to roll it on the right side. Hot damn. Stalker's getting jumped on there. The Banelings roll through a lot of probes on that right side. Big Storm's holding him back for now. Mineral Line toasted on the right side. 22 workers have fallen. Solar a little indecisive with his army, but now that all the Storm is being chased away, it doesn't matter. The Tempest will get jumped on. The Ling Bane Hydra runs forward. 1 Tempest falls. The Stalkers and Zealots will go down, as will that 4th Nexus. High Templar trying to come back into this. The Banelings, of course, can go after them on their own. High Templar try to run to safety. You might have to morph some Archons to protect these High Templar. Banelings getting in there, getting some juicy hits off. 4th base goes down. And Solar here just massing Hydra Bane. The 8-minute second Stargate Fleet Beacon and the 4th base out in No Man's Land are 2 of the most insanely unnecessary things that I've been railing against in my commentary for the last few months. I think Protoss players at the moment are throwing away a massive amount of games by not even checking if there's a hive on the way and just going, oh, I need to go Fleet Beacon Tempest. Never scouted for the lair, never scouted for the hive. Solar played a really solid build, solid Hydra Bane timing, but I mean the numbers disadvantage for Hero has been otherworldly because he's just gone into the Fleet Beacon way too early. Time Warp and Storm's going to buy him some time. Things getting the natural, but that cannon killing 13 units so far. Ooh, Forge going down would be a nice snipe. Zealot Warping will deal with it. Corruptor Hydra Bane still trying to spread on the front. Solar feels like he's struggling to just kill a Mothership, a few Tempests and High Templar. The supply looks good for Solar. He's on 80 probes. He's taken a 6th base. But he does need to keep Hero on 3 base at the very least. Maybe do more than that. If Hero brings this game back, I think Solar's... I think he's going to friggin' find, I don't know, a cardboard cutout of a Protoss and spend a few hours garroting it, C-taping it back together and then garroting it again as his own therapy. Because losing a game from here would be... Ugh. I had no idea Pig is a seam head. What's a seam head? Is that like if you unzip me, you can pull like the stuffing out of my brain, the fluffy white stuff in there? Probably. Hydraling Bane coming forward. Go watch out for the Storms. Oh, he thinks about shoving it. Mass Ling Bane from the right as well. But Time Warp Storm is a furious combo. Lings, though, engaging well on those cannons. There's no Archons underneath, so if he can get rid of that mothership, it'll be a massive, massive win. And the High Templar are going to go down as well. So many Zerglings. The Corruptors are going to clear the Tempests. Carrier over there fighting against the Hydras, but the Interceptor count is very low. A bunch of Zealot Archons actually warping in nice, kind of gathering together of the forces to even defend this wave. I say defend, to survive, I think is a better word than defend. He hasn't really defended it so much as survived the wave and lives to die another day. Part of the reason Protoss is doing it is there are times where they've been getting away with it. Well, it makes sense. If the Zerg is rushing Lurkers, you should do this. The Tempest counter the early Lurkers. If you're stuck on just a bunch of Stalkers and High Templar, some Zealots, and then, you know, an Archon or two and Lurkers are out, like, you're pretty screwed. So it makes sense. You need it against that. You can also help against, I mean, no one really does Broodlords, but if people did Broodlords, it'd be good against that as well, right? So the two kind of ultimate Zerg anti-ground things. Ultras obviously being a bit more niche, not really something we're mentioning. Both countered by the Tempests. That's why it makes sense to go for them as the game goes late. When you're playing against a Hydra Bane player, you've got to be wary of just waves of Hydra Bane rolling in. Such a powerful style. It's a mainstay of ZVP for a reason. Hero lets his guard down, and he's taken out by a rather generic style. And it all comes down to failures in his scouting. I think it's the same thing that got him caught out on, I think it was Ruby Rock, when the Roach Ravager Queen attack caught him off guard. And it's just, I'm just going to go to the next step of my build without checking if it's time to do that. And you'll notice he's not really constantly warping in units. I think this base sucks as well, by the way. I think if he takes the middle base, I think is the best. Surely. Yes, they can kind of surround you, but it's awkward for them to come around such diverse angles, and you can kind of fall back from it into this middle area between the bases. But yeah, I mean, he's not been scouting. Now he sees Mass Hydra coming. Even at this point, I'm like, how are you not canceling these? There's so many Hydras and Zerglings. There's no way this is a Lurker Rush. Why? Because the Lurker Rush player is going 90 workers. He's building spines on his bases to help defend Zealot run-bys. He's got extra gases, got probably a second Evo, the Infestation Pit, the Lurk, and all this stuff costs money. There's just no way with that vision you would actually be convinced. He just didn't respect Solar's Hydra Bane. And that's what's really cost him here. I think a bit of cannon battery here would have been good. He does try to build it. This is such an easily isolated outpost. This base seems like a bad idea. I mean, because you're gifting a little chunk of your army to Zerg. Zerg loves that. Hero does random things as he feels like them. That's how Hero plays StarCraft. I won't question it too much. I'll just point out, I think this was a bit too easy. I mean, look at the supply. You're at 155 supply. You just need a lot of Storm and to be like making Archons and surviving. And instead we've got a Tempest and we're kind of just F2ing this small army over here. What's he added? Like, where are the Archons and the extra Templar? Because if you've got a few Archons to help deal with the Ling Bane as they roll in, Storms to help cover, I think you're in a great spot. He doesn't even seem to be warping in ground units. I think he maybe made 1 or 2 more High Templar, and then he's just like, nah, let's make a Mothership and 2 Tempests. The disrespect for Solar's style is out of this world. GG, well played. GG, well played. I mean, Solar gets it, guys. I'm really happy he won this series. It's good to see him taking more series off Hero recently and going a bit back and forth, whereas Hero's often bullied him, and I thought we might see more of that with some of those earlier games. But Solar gets the win. Solid Hydra Bane play, lots of good Storm dodges, and very methodically kind of picking apart Hero, while Hero was just being a bit too greedy. All these cannons also worthless for the longest time, right? Especially, mass cannon's good if you're in a very compact layout where you're kind of fighting together with them. But he keeps taking these bases that are spread out to the edges, and Solar very methodically fought where the cannons were not, which was really smart. GG, well played. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that series. Big thanks to all of our Patreon supporters. If you guys want to hop on and support the channel extra, click down below in the description. There's a link to our Patreon where you can get some cool special perks, or you can also click over here as well where there's a button. Massive thanks to Ninjas Monkey, our Leviathan of the Month, Peden, Dragosar, Ivy, and Oko Hoach, our conductors of the D-Town Express. We'll see you guys next time. Goodbye and good night.